And yes, welcome to another edition of Webinar Wednesday. It is awesome to be with you guys here today. We have lots of great updates to share with you. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. I am Jason there on the left. And as always, we're very lucky to be joined by David Rockland, who is the digital strategist and so much more here at Brilliant Directories. David, thank you for taking the time to join us on the webinar today.
Hey, everybody. So glad to be back with you for Webinar Wednesday 206. We got some really great updates to share with you this week. A lot that I'm looking forward to sharing, a lot that I know you guys have been looking forward to as well. The dev team has been hard at work over here.
Yeah, absolutely. We got a lot of updates to share. I'm going to try to go through them a little slowly to kind of show you some of the intricate features that are part of those updates. But before we do, we are streaming on YouTube Live. So for those of you joining us on YouTube, welcome. Highly recommend everyone here subscribe to the Brilliant Directories YouTube channel. It's a great way to get notified as soon as these webinars begin or when the replays videos are available. We also post tips of the week there, feature tutorials, and more. We'll share a link in the comments there so you guys can take a quick moment and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also, since we're streaming on YouTube, the replay will be immediately available after the webinar, and we will post that replay in the BD Facebook group. You can also join us there. You can head over to brilliantdirectories.com/Facebook. We'll drop a link in the comments for you guys there as well. Great discussions there. If you're just getting started, it's a great way to see how other Brilliant Directories users are working on their sites. You can ask strategy questions there, technical questions there. We'll do our best to support you. I'm in there myself, but really the community is really supportive and it's a really constructive place to kind of share ideas with other membership website owners. Also, a perk in the Facebook group, next month we will be doing an iPad giveaway, so stay tuned. We'll create a post that you can comment on to enter, and we will do that next month. So if you're watching this and you are not yet a member of the Brilliant Directories Facebook group, just head on over to brilliantdirectories.com/Facebook and you can join the group there. Once you're in the group, you'll get notified as soon as the contest starts next month. I think we'll do it just after Labor Day, and we'll have the whole month to run the contest, and we'll probably announce the iPad winner come October 1st. So right at the end of September, at the beginning of October, we'll announce the iPad winner. We've done this several times in the past, and it is lots of fun. All right, so now I just want to mention, if you have a Brilliant Directories website, head on over to your app store, whether it's Google or Apple, and search for Brilliant Directories. You can download the app. It's a great way to stay in touch with your BD website on the go. And I've mentioned this in previous webinars. We are on the cusp of releasing a new version of this. I think it should be released this month in September. And following on the heels of that release will be real-time push notifications, so you can get notified on your mobile device as you get new payments to your site, new members join, and more. So really exciting stuff there. Great. And we do see a lot of new names and faces joining us in the webinar. So great to see you guys here. Just a little bit about Webinar Wednesday. Week after week, the BD team is super busy releasing new updates and features into the platform. And big shout out to the BD community. A lot of those updates are from your ideas, suggestions, your feedback. We try to be as receptive as possible. So in Webinar Wednesdays, we try to cover and share some of those newer features that are released, specifically features that can help you increase your traffic, convert visitors to members, revenue opportunities, and essentially help you grow your community a lot faster and more efficiently. Also in Webinar Wednesdays, there is a Q&A session, so we'll share some of the updates, and we should have plenty of time to take some questions. You can type in your questions into the comments. You could start typing those questions now, and when we get to the Q&A, we'll read them. If you'd like us to unmute your microphone, just a little quirk with the webinar setup, just go to brilliantdirectories.com/stream. That'll bring you to the kind of the main webinar area, and just type in question in all caps. That'll signal to us that you'd like your microphone unmuted, and we can actually talk one-on-one. And we'll always give everyone the 2 or 3 minute test on the webinars to see if we could help you overcome whatever roadblock or a question that you might have about your membership website. All right, and let's continue moving things on. So as mentioned, we do have some really cool updates, some really big things actually. Each one of these would warrant to be its own tip of the week with strategies on how to best utilize these new features. However, since this is a relatively long list, I'll try to breeze through it, but be as thorough as possible. And if you guys have questions along the way, just type them into the comments there and we will get your questions answered. Sheila, welcome to the webinar. Good to see you here. So we'll start at the top of this list, the header menu. We posted posted this in the Brilliant Directories Facebook group that it's coming soon. And although it seems super simple, you can now have drop-down links in the header of your site. And I'll show you exactly what I mean, because that could be a little confusing to wrap your head around. Let's go to a sample website here. And generally, let me actually enable the regular main menu on a BD site. Just take 2 clicks to go back here. Okay, great. Let's do this one more time. Let's duplicate this tab here. So we're all familiar, all BD sites start with a main menu. And these do support drop-down menu links. So if you wanted to have, additional links under search directory, let's actually go to our demo bootstrap site. That would be the best example. So in the main menu, you can have drop-down links, and they work very simply. You go to the menu manager, you nest your sibling menus or child menu links under the parent, and voila, it just works automatically. This was not supported if you were adding links in what we call the top header nav area here. There's a few benefits now, because now it does support drop-down links, as I'll show you here. Let's go back to that test site. You can have a main menu, and you can also have drop-down links in that top header navigation. Now, this serves several main benefits. One is, if you're going to keep your main menu, which is totally fine, now what you can do is you can actually nest more child menu links or sub-menu links in your top header nav. So you can kind of nest them in there just like you do with your main menu. So you can kind of have 2 sections with drop-down menu links. So maybe under blog, you wanted to have maybe the categories here, or it could be a resources link, and you kind of link to the blog, your contact us page, etc. And additional things that you might want drop-down links for. The other benefit, and I think the higher value here is, and if your site is already established, you don't need to move things around. But a lot of people are looking to save space on their website real estate. So what you can do now is effectively remove your entire main menu line here. And because the top nav supports those submenu links, this can now act as your main menu, effectively saving some real estate on your site, giving that streamlined feel. If we just go to the Brilliant Directories website, we're familiar with lots of sites. Another benefit is that streamlined look, is it puts your logo in line with your main menu. So we see here the logo image is on the left, and the drop-down menus are in line with that logo. So again, that adds just a little bit of streamlinedness and saves some space there. So there's not much you need to do. If you go to your menu manager, and you have your top header menu customized, generally it'll look like this by default with a contact and member login. So if you're not really using that for anything, you might want to reconsider that. But yeah, you just have your menu links, and you can just nest sub-menu links in there, just like we're seeing here indented. And yeah, it should just work right out of the box. All right, excited to see what you guys create with that. All right, the next thing here, also a huge update. Again, if your site is already established, you might not need to make any changes to the homepage, but this might get your imagination cooking a bit. Now, more easily in the homepage hero section, you can actually have what's called a secondary content area, and I'll show you how we achieve this. You can have a video here, an image, link cloud, whatever it might be. And then on the left or right side, you can have your main title. You can even have your search box here. Again, this could warrant its own tip of the week. Let me show you where this section is and how it gets enabled. So if we go to our design settings, and this is available for everyone right now, there's 2 conditions to get the secondary hero content spot available. So this is under design settings homepage. And your primary hero content, that's kind of like your title text and your subheading text. Here you can always choose your content width. So how spread out do we want that main title to be? So sometimes you want it to be shorter. In this case, I put 50%. If your content area width is anything but 100%, you will have this secondary hero module here. And we can see that video that I put there with some buttons. Let me make this 100%. And we see that that secondary module goes away. So if it's anything besides 100%, it basically has, in this example of 50%, there's 50% of the width of the space, the area to put something in. And this is where you can utilize it for secondary hero content. The other instance where it won't show the secondary is if the content alignment is centered. That means that you want your title and your search box centered, and there is really no space for the secondary hero section because then it would get split on the left and right side. So as long as you're left or right content alignment and not 100%. So very simple example, 50 and left. What you're going to get is a split just like this, right? Your main content's here and the secondary content is here. Now, let's have a little bit more fun with this. Let's actually change. Right now, I'm using the call to action are the button links. We see the two buttons here. Again, very simple for a directory, very nice. You don't always have to start your site with a search box, especially when you're first starting out. There might not be much to search for. So kind of give them the red pill or the blue pill, quite literally in this case here. But you can put a search box here. So let's do like a keyword and location search. And we'll just save the changes. And we can see the difference here. These buttons will go away. Okay, great. So we can see here, it is a little cramped. What we can do also is control the padding of that area. So this has a padding of 15. We can make it 0 if we want. Or we can also vertically style it. So just to show you guys, you can have the search box. If we refresh this again, I'll show you one more thing that I like here. So here's an example of with it here. Video is nice. If you have an intro video welcoming people to your site. I did see a nice image I saw on the HubSpot homepage. Let's just see what it looks like with an image here. I'll just save this image for a moment. And let's use an image instead of, let's see, copy image link. All right, so if we go to secondary content, we'll remove this menu here. And let's add an image. We can do it from the URL. Okay, great. And I'll just save the changes. Okay, great. So yeah, you could see how it kind of, you can create a modern feel, whatever you want to call it, with your site. Of course, the background color and images make a big difference as well. Nothing's changed with that. Let's just do a quick change here. Something cool I discovered today actually is with the stock photo libraries. Yeah, it's certainly cool to like search for an image, you know, like doctor, you know, doing a patient thing for your site and using that as a background image. But I also learned that these stock photo libraries, you can actually just search for like gradient background or like blue gradient background, and you kind of get something that has a little bit of movement and can be an interesting background for a homepage or a hero section. Let's just use this kind of purpley blue one here. And we'll save that. Perfect. Save the changes. I don't know what that's going to look like here. Yeah, that looks pretty cool, right? So it's cool. You can search the stock photos for that stuff. And then one last thing is, so you saw we put the search box here for the call to action. You can actually choose where you want it. You can have it under the secondary hero section if you want as well. So you can actually choose the location of your call to action. And I realize there's a lot of point and click settings here, so a small learning curve, but once you nail it with your homepage, you probably don't need to change it all that often. So, but this gives you guys a lot more flexibility with adding things to the homepage. You don't just have to have the search module and a title. Now you can include, again, video as we saw, or an image here. So this is putting the search module underneath both of these elements. That's why it's way down here. We probably want to fill this in a bit more. But again, you can just put it inside the primary. I really liked it with the button links here. You can, of course, choose what you want those to look like. And we'll just refresh this again. Yeah, and there we go. So again, we can talk about strategies on how to best utilize this now, types of content you can have in this secondary location. But yeah, this is now available. So if you wanted to kind of refresh your homepage or reimagine it a bit, this is pretty straightforward here. All right, another big one that was requested in the Facebook group. We recently launched the ability to have manage offer section where you can have offers to your members, to third-party solutions like website builders and other business solutions like that. Now you can create your own custom offers. Let me show you where that is. And for those of you who don't know what those are, I'll quickly show you some context. So this will be under your finance section under manage offers. I did like that kind of purpley background there. So that was cool. So um, these are offers that you can offer to your members. If you have a website that's geared towards small businesses or professionals, we've started you out with some tools you can offer to them. You can sign up for these affiliate programs. And if your members make purchases, you can get a small commission. So we started kind of like 3 solutions in some key categories: branding and design, legal. You can, of course, turn these off and on. And if you are a member of a site where you would see this, and let's go there together here. Let's actually hide this. Let's get some more space on my screen here. We can hide that bottom there. Perfect. So let's log in as a member here. Perfect. So when you have that enabled, the member has a business toolkit link. And again, you can link directly to this in the members main menu or get them here quicker. But as you can see, there are the default offers here. And again, these are meant to kind of make your brand look like more of a hub for more ways businesses can find solutions for their businesses. But what you can do now is you can do a few things. You can add a new offer in any one of the categories you choose. And again, you don't have to use third-party solutions. You can sell your own services. If you're selling profile boosts, any digital products you're offering, anything at all that you want to resell services or anything to your own members, you can totally disable all these third-party ones and start making your own offers. All you need is a little image and some title text. So let's do that together real quick. So headline text, we'll do homepage, we'll do 30-day homepage boost, like whatever you want to call it. You can sell boosts to your members for visibility. We'll display your profile on the homepage hero. And then you could kind of highlight a promo text: maximum visibility, 10K visitors per month. We'll see it, whatever it is. So then you could put a link. So again, the link can be to your digital product where they can purchase that. I'll just put a link here to fill this in real quick. And then you can choose the call to action text. Yes, get this boost now. And we can add an image with it. I don't know what images I have on this site. All right, well, just for the sake of things, I'll just use the Adobe one. This was a test site that we did. But again, this can be your image that represents this offer. So let's save this offer. Okay, great. Let's see what happened here. It looks like, oh, it's Adobe. It's right here. So I got confused. All right, let's refresh the page, make sure it's there. Perfect, it's on. So if we come back here under website builders and domains and we cross our fingers, we should see it here, 30-day homepage boost. Now, again, we start you off with these categories. Maybe these categories don't fit the name of what you're doing. What's even better about this is not only can you create your own offers in the preset categories that kind of launch with it, but you can actually manage the offer categories and create your own offer categories. So you could make profile visibility boosts, right? I'll just give you guys some ideas here. And you can add that category. You can move it to the top here. And for the custom categories that you create, you can edit the names for them. For these ones, they're text labels. We'll make that easily editable here. But for now, the custom ones that you create, you can do that. You don't need to save everything. It's auto-saved. And we can go back here. It should refresh the page. Perfect. So there's the profile visibility. And let's actually move this one into that category now. So you can come here and we do profile visibility boost and save the changes. And there we go. Okay. Actually, let's have a little bit of fun here. Let's edit the offer one more time. Let's play with those stock photos one more time. Let's go to add image. Again, super helpful to have this access here. And let's just look for the word boost. Let's see what comes up. Let's use the icon library. No results for boost. All right, let's look one more time. We'll do a Giphy. There we go. Let's use something fun. All right. Probably not the best image to choose there, but nevertheless, there we go. Let's save that, and we'll take a look at it here. There we go. Of course, you could choose something a bit better, but you guys get the point. You can create your own offers now. And of course, when members are logged in, you can have a dedicated main menu for logged in members. So you can have links like profile boost or business. You don't have to call it business toolkit. You can call it something that is more in line with your community and your website and how you're making offerings to your members. So get those creative juices flowing. This is an additional revenue channel for you guys beyond just the membership plans and subscriptions. All right, this next one, the admin dashboard. A lot of you are familiar with the member profile analytics add-on. And up until now, if you enable it for a membership plan, it would start counting how many profile views members of those plans received, how many clicks to their websites they received, and it's definitely useful. But in the admin, you really had no visibility for this data. And this is just the first step. We're actually going to extrapolate more of this data and make it accessible to you guys in graphs and charts and tables in the admin area, as well as some charts and graphs that get your members excited so they can see line charts of how many profile views they've received over a period of time. So step one here is now in the admin dashboard. If you go here, first of all, lots of changes here in the admin dashboard, more to come. But if you scroll down, I don't know if this site has it, but you'll see these three here. And there's nothing in the last 7 days. This is just our test demo site. Let me do year to date. Let me actually go to a site that has more data that we can look at. So if you scroll down and you have the analytics add-on, and I just have to do a wider time frame here. So the first thing you'll see are the members with the top profile views, the most profile views. So you can see which of your members' profiles are getting the most activity. And again, this is just the top 10 right now. We're going to have a full table view so you can see all the website's data in one place. We're just starting with these small tidbits here first on the dashboard. But here we could see in this example, Jason Jones received 4 views year to date. Again, this is our test site, so not much data here. But if you go to your site and you have the profile analytics enabled, you might see some interesting data and insights of which of your members' profiles are getting the most views. Similarly here, for all the posts that are created on your site, blog posts, events, coupons, etc., you can see which posts are receiving the most views on your site for any period of time that you select here. So it goes from today all the way to year to date. And again, this is a great way to see what content is being visited the most. Maybe there's a reason for that it's ranking well in Google or other people are linking to it. But also later, what we're going to show are stats for which of your members are the biggest contributors with regards to revenue, posts they're publishing, and more, and then give you guys actions. Maybe you want to email them or you want to make a social post to acknowledge them in some way. But this will help you provide you guys with more insights and then take action on those insights so you can really make your community come alive with all those numbers and stats, and also give you kind of a pulse and sense of what's happening on your site just from viewing some of these stats. So again, these 3 modules just starting to tipping point. And then this one here is pretty interesting. So there's different types of engagements, right? Like profile views or post views, right? Those are 2 different engagement types. Also, if your members are getting clicks to their website, what this shows you is the types of engagement across your entire site and how much you receive. So if we hover over here, year to date, again, not too much data on this site. There have been 18 total post views, which is 31% of the engagement on your site with that the profile statistics add-on is tracking. Profile views, there have been 13 total profile views. Again, not much on this demo site, but you can go down here. It shows clicks to the website X or Twitter, clicks to reveal the phone number of a member, Instagram clicks, social clicks, LinkedIn clicks, and so on. So good insights here. And again, what I'm most excited about is not just these 3 modules, but as I mentioned, there are more insights that we want to provide you guys with and then allow you to take actions on the insights that you're seeing. So exciting there. And we'll put a link to the profile analytics add-on in the comments. So if you don't have it, you can get that, or you can get it with the VIP add-ons club as well. All right, this next one, more quality of life and pretty simple, not too much to mention here, but I will. If you go to your site's category page, it's basically a list of all your top and sub-level categories on your site. And it has a keyword filter here, which is useful. So I'll just search for a museum here. Okay, great. Museum of Zoology. It's almost like an index of all the categories on your site for the member categories. This is the one that shows the top level category, sub level, and sub level. There's an alternate version that just shows the sub level and sub levels. That's a little more compact. That's useful if your site is using the one top level category strategy. However, that one didn't have the filter. So now both versions have the keyword filter. And even better, what you can do now is you can do in the URL category equals, and you can put a keyword in here. I'll just put museum and hit enter. And what that does is it pre-filters the filter here. So if you wanted to show if you wanted to create links for your main menu, so where people can see all the subcategories of a top level category, you can certainly do that. So we could do like accountant, and it just pre-filters for accountant here. Let's clear this for a moment. We can see there's other ones like architect. So if your site has a lot of top and sub-level categories, this is a quick way to link to them on this categories page. I'll just put this sample in the comments here. And again, this is useful if you want to make quick links on your homepage and you want to kind of take people to the page that is kind of like the table of contents for all your member categories, which is kind of what this is. This is just good for internal linking and SEO. So if Google lands on this page, it knows how to get to all the different category search results. And then from there, it can get to all the members. And again, just internal linking strategy there. So it's already done for you. That's just more of a quality of life, the ability to put the category equals in the name in the URL. All right, let's keep things moving on. And all right, this next one will circle back to the dashboard layout. So when you're on the dashboard here, you have your different rows and order of things. And just a small convenience here, you can choose to hide or show certain modules that are of interest or not of interest to you. So I just hit everything there. In addition to showing or hiding the different rows, you can actually sort the different elements on the rows. So if we click on the order, we can see here if we want to move the pie chart to the left, we'll move all these little sidebar ones to the left here just to kind of show you. We can move this over here, and we'll move this over here, and we'll just save the changes. And what's really cool is it will save this arrangement across all your sites. One more thing that I forgot to mention, you can also move the rows up or down. So again, depending on what you want to see when you first log into your admin dashboard for a site, whatever is useful to you, you can order them left and right and the rows up and down. And this quick start thing, we're just seeing it here because this site is not fully set up. This actually goes away once, in this case, I connect a domain to my site. So ordering there, super handy and helpful and kind of fun. So you can put the stats and the modules that you like at the top. And also coming soon, live notifications. So while you're working on your site, we'll have little pings and things in the browser. You can control throttling settings, but you'll be able to, again, while you're working on your site on your computer, in the bottom left corner, you'll see, activity of new members signing up, new payments received, new leads received, things like that to kind of show you more of a pulse of your website. And actually just an order of operations. First, we're going to get those live notifications working on the computer, and then that's going to allow us to do the push notifications notifications with the mobile app shortly after on the heels of that. So lots of things coming soon. I can't even begin to tell you all the things that will be coming in the next month or two. There's just so many awesome things. So big shout out to you guys for all your suggestions. A lot of these ideas come from you guys and pushing us to do better and add more value into the platform. And with that, we don't have a tip of the week this week because I knew that all these updates would be a mouthful and I wanted to spend an extra minute kind of doing at least a mini deep dive on some of these so we can move things along to the Q&A section. Again, type your questions in. Let's see, we have some questions already prepared for us. Nikki's asking, I have been running PPC and getting traffic to the site, but no leads from my landing pages. Any tips on best ways to go from traffic to leads? So I love this question, Nick. If you don't mind sharing a link to your website, maybe we could take a look and see where your landing page is disconnecting with the PPC traffic that you're receiving. Also, if you'd like us to unmute your microphone, I want to make sure that the PPC clicks that you're getting are kind of not like garbage clicks, which happens sometimes in hemorrhaging your budget, and they are actually good, targeted, qualified leads coming in. So when they come to your landing page, they're actually people who would need those services that your landing page are offering. But effectively, I'll give you one tip that I can is when they get to that landing page and you're trying to capture that email address or get them to complete that form, you want to sell the dream, right? I think we can go to this site here. I think all BD sites start with a sample get matched page. It's basically let us match you with a service professional. So this is not the best page. This is a dry page. This is the default page sites come with, but the ideas here are you want to sell the dream and make people feel like they're one step away from getting what you're promising them on the other side of that form. You want social proof, get connected with trusted plumbers, get connected in 5 minutes, things like that. And then again, let them know what the next steps are, that your site is trustworthy and credible. That's a big factor is they have to trust the website that they're going to put the email address on. So again, without kind of looking at your site specifically, it's hard to gauge. If I came to a landing page like this, I would run. Again, this is meant to be edited to match your branding and your messaging, but the elements are here. The form, the hero title. Of course, you can add images, smiley faces, people shaking hands, and all that good stuff. So sell the dream. They got to feel like they're in the right place. They need to feel the website is trustworthy. And the PPC click they made has to correlate to the content on the title of the page as well, the content on the page as well. We don't want to disconnect between what they clicked on and what the landing page is saying. So just some tips there for you, Nikki. Thank you for sharing that question. All right, let's go here. We got a good friend, Tim here. Tim, are the dashboard analytics an add-on or included at no extra cost? So the dashboard elements are available. The thing that's an add-on are the profile analytics, this row here, where it says top profile views, top post views, and engagement overview. And we're going to be adding a lot more value here. One reason this is an add-on is it adds a lot of additional storage to the site, meaning data. I've seen sites because it's saving all the historical data of all the profile views members have received, and over the years they compound. And we're also actively working to add value to this specific add-on over time. I will share a link for you there. But if you don't have the VIP add-ons club and you have a BD site, highly recommended. I think there's a promotion running today. It would be great to jump on that. All right, let's keep things going here. Good question there. Our good friend Roy here. Roy's an all-star in the Facebook group and also in BD All-Star. He's been with the community for a while. Good to see you here, Roy. Roy's asking, I created a new product post and the input form has a provision to enter a URL for the product. That's correct. You can add an external link and state a pickup point for the product. You can include an address or location for the business or the product. I guess you can call it a pickup point. That I guess you can update the text label to say that. And he's mentioning that information does not display in the post. Logan, the support, showed me how to amend the sidebar widget to display the info. Display is terrible, so it sounds like it's showing, but we're not happy with it. Looking up like carved up version of the member product creation form. So yeah, if you want to share the link, Roy, we can have some context as to where you're at right now in this stage. However, just to go to our demo site, just to show you. So if you go to, we'll just look at classified listings real quick. Same thing as products. All right, let's look at this Toyota Avalon car here. Yeah, so this is kind of letting you know what the item is and where it's located. There's a map here. So when you're mentioning the pickup point, let me hide this here. when you're missing the pickup point, it would be the address that was inputted with the product. And again, you can update some of the text labels here to mention pickup point, but it sounds like you've added more custom fields, and you can show custom fields you've added in the sidebar. So yeah, Roy, if you want to share a link to the site, maybe we could check it out. Or if you want to share it in the Facebook group there and just tag me, I'm happy to take a look at it there and prettify it for you. Oh, there we go. We got a link here, ourtown.tel. Perfect. Thank you, Roy, for sharing that. Let's see if I can get to this link. Okay, great. Let's go to products, and we're looking for geometric multicolor right there, fabric things. Let's hide this comment here. Okay, perfect. Yes, so this is correct here. You can have additional custom post details here. However, you probably don't want to show everything like published. You have a pickup location link here. This can be turned into a link rather than just a text here, or you can utilize the more details button here, which takes you to an external link. This would probably be more appropriate to utilize this, and you can show it in the sidebar there too. Here you have product link. So you have multiple product links, and the pickup location is what? Let's see what this is. But that can be turned into a button link as well. This is going into a mapping tool. Okay, I guess it's like a Google Maps. We're taking people to see where the pickup location is. Very cool, actually. Yeah, you want to get rid of the enter description here as well. So there's show and hide settings. We did a webinar on this before on how to kind of control this. And because you are, I would recommend two things actually for you. Because we're jamming a lot in the sidebar here, we can see that text is getting smushed. We also probably don't need to show the smart links here. We can turn these off in the form because we have the smart links under here. So a few things is don't show things that we don't need to show here. You can edit that in the form. Just do the display view to none for the table view. And then what I would recommend is, Roy, I would recommend this for your site. It helps the sites look more professional. Under design settings, you can actually increase the width of your site. So we can see here, because we're trying to show more information here, what would be useful is under your design settings, go to main design and choose extra wide. And what extra wide is going to do is make the site a bit wider, and kind of just quickly Jimmy rig an example here for you. Okay, here we go. So what it would do is going to add an extra 300 pixels width to your site. So it's going to make it more like that. And also then you can choose, I think you already have the wide sidebar here, but this will kind of give your site some breathing room. You also have quite a number of main menu links here. There's no pros or cons about that, but if you widen your site, you kind of give it more breathing room. Let's just open this in another screen here, and we can see the difference between from this to this. And again, it will give more space for these side menu links here. But yeah, you can hide some of these elements here, Roy, and that should help clean things up. And this can be turned into a button. It just needs to be a web page link form field, not just an input field. All right. Thank you for that question there, Roy. All right. Nikki shared a site too. Okay. This was the landing page. Okay. Good stuff, Nikki. So this is Gardening Manchester. Let's go there together. Gardening Manchester. Let's just do a Google search and see what comes up for Gardening Manchester. Okay. And ur.co.uk. Just want to see if you're ranking yet for that. And I don't see you yet. So we do want to get your site up there. Let's type it in as we want it to be. Okay, gardeningmanchester.co.uk. Okay, great. And then we're going to driveways. Fun fact, I am a fan of Gardener's World, which is a BBC show about gardening in the UK. All right. Okay. Couple things here. Right now you have, I know what this is. It's a landing page, and you have your form centered, which is centering all the form fields, which looks a bit odd. Also, we have to be mindful of how text is breaking. So we see here hyphen, get a free quote, and then the word today is on its own line. Let me just get to this site real quick. I'm just going to do two things, which I think you'd be okay with. Let me just get to your site. What we have here is this landing page. Let's see what we're looking at here. Okay, transform your driveway and patio. Okay, let's edit this page. I thought I got there. Okay, so we have the title here, transform your driveway and patio. And then you have the hyphen here. What you could do is, because it's already going to a line, just put a BR here. This is something that, or you can just do, the line break. That'll get a free quote today on its own line. The only thing is I'm not seeing the form on this page. Let me just do step by step and see where that form could be. Is it in here? We see here affordable, reliable vets right there, and then ready to find a gardener. I see we never share your information, but I do not see ready to find a gardener and enter name here. I see this. Ah, you put it in the additional hero section. Very clever here. Yeah, so what we've done here is, what I would recommend is potentially putting this outside of the hero section. Let's do that together. But yeah, I see you put that here. So you put your form here. And what we can do is, let's put it here for a second. And what I like to do with forms is actually something pretty interesting, because you don't want it to go too wide. What I like to do is we can put a table here, 1 by 3, and in the middle one, we put the form. And let's just save that and take a look at it together. Okay, great. We can make it a little wider. We can also add a background to it. Let's just do a couple small things here. I think we can what I recommend here is a content box design for this one. It kind of puts it in a shape, and we can actually just move this a little bit wider. Just use our eyes there, and we'll save those changes. And I would actually like to increase the hero section width. We can see here that this is getting cut off to the next line. Again, even though we put get a free quote today, it's kind of it just looks, it's a lot of heavy text. So let's modify this together. So what we have here is, again, the text area width. We saw this before. Let's go to 100% and let's increase this size. Again, these are just design choices to make. And let's actually increase this size too. And let's save the changes. And if you guys, I'm going quickly, obviously, and just jumping around, but you guys can kind of see what I'm doing. So already now it looks like a form, right? Like, so it feels like an application form of sorts. Let me actually do a couple more things here. Is we can actually increase the padding of this cell. We'll do extra large padding, just gives it more of that bubbly feel. Okay, great. So we have that here. I'm not going to mess with the bottom stuff. I just wanted to focus on the form stuff. And let's actually, this is a lot of heavy text here. So let's make this, we got to decide what our main, what we want this to say. So transform your driveway or patio in Manchester and Bolton. So that probably would be better underneath here. And I'm just going to do one small thing for you here. As you're choosing to put this in your title, I'm just going to make this a little smaller. And let's save the changes there. This might be the ticket, and then I'll shrink this a bit too. Perfect. And then let's just shrink the subheading back to like a 24, and we'll make it normal and save that. And we'll save the changes. Okay, perfect. What I would recommend is smiley faces again. What's the response time? How many people are they going to get matched with? What's the satisfaction rate? Again, those are called social proofs, and we want to add them on the site. So you might choose to put the form on the left and make it a 2-column, right? With the form on the left, and then put some, confidence boosters. We also call them confidence boosters on what they can expect after they fill out this form. For example, these items here, let's actually do that together because now we're here together. So let's just spend one more moment doing this together. And let's see if I can just copy and paste this, because you technically do have your confidence boosters here. Perfect. Let's get rid of this column. Okay. And we'll just kind of do like a 60-40 split. And let's give this a title again. We'll make this an H2. Okay. So let's refresh. Okay. Could be better still. I agree. One last thing is we can align this to the top, but this is where you can have your confidence boosters as well. So just to give you some things, let's make this also the padding 30. So it gets that extra padding. And then there's an alignment. So when these cells are aligned, you can choose to middle align them, which is what we just saw, or we can top align them, which will move everything up to the top. And this could probably go underneath. It's more of an afterthought of what it is. This is very fun for me, by the way, but we could put that here, and then we can delete this stuff here. Now, is this the best thing? No, we could do a little better. I'm just kind of freestyling here on the webinar with you guys, but what this kind of does is it puts the form here. The title is a bit clearer. The benefit is here. Get a free quote today. Transform your driveway patio. So again, we have the social proof here on the side. I'll leave it to you if you want to add more, but I'll just leave it there, Nikki. Not too many drastic changes, just a title change, and this is now here in a form instead of in the hero section as additional hero section content. So good stuff there. And again, with high quality images, lots of things happen. Let me just, again, not that this image is related to your site, but if we just put an image there just to show you guys, let me just fetch an image real quick and drop it in here. All right, perfect. So, just to show you guys, like with an image, it really animates and brings a page to life. So of course you want to use an image that relates to the landing page or your site, but when you add icons or images and things like that, along with complementary text and of course smiley faces, this really helps make a cohesive landing page. And again, when they're on this landing page, because this is really important, generating leads with a BD site to sell to your members or distribute to your network is one of the top built-in features. We don't cover it enough, but we should. So with your landing page, you really want to, make people feel that they're in the right place. The site is credible, and it looks high quality. And again, high quality images, you have a good color set here with the green. There's just a few more things you need to do to really hit it home. So I hope that was helpful, not just for Nikki, but for everyone there. All right, let's keep things moving along. Malachi is saying, I'm coming back after several years. Welcome back. Of stagnancy on the platform. Back in 2020, I discovered I couldn't use this because I couldn't give back office data entry staff their own separate logins. You can do that now, and you can assign them which pages they can and can't visit in the admin as well. The only way back then was to give them my administrator login credentials, which I didn't want to. Is this still the case? No, it's not. You can, and let me show you, Malachi, what you can do. So in the admin area, let me hide your message here. You can go to settings and admin accounts. And once we're in admin accounts, what you can do is go to add new administrator, and you can invite them via email. So you can do, test@test.com. They'll get an invitation, and you can select the role that they are. So let's get rid of this. Well, that was annoying. All right, never mind that. So put their email in, and then you can choose their role. So you're the owner of the site, but maybe they're just a content manager, and we have some presets here. So You can choose if they get developer access, only member manager, or you can create your own custom role. So you invite them, you assign them the role, or you can create your own roles. So maybe you want to add a new admin role, and we'll just call it, Stacy Access. You have an assistant named Stacy, the access, and then you choose which pages in the admin this person, if you're creating a very unique role just for one person, what pages in the admin, the sidebar and etc. They can access. So maybe they can just search members and do member stuff, and they can't do anything else. So to answer your question, yes, you can create admin roles, which you choose what access they have, and then you can invite your staff and colleagues to work on your site with you and assign them to the admin role and permissions that they should have. So great to have you back. And yeah, we wish you best of luck on your site. If you work on your site, join us in another webinar. Let's check out your progress. All right, Stacy is asking, regarding the client page, can we move the get directions map to the sidebar instead of the down on the bottom? Yes, you can. Let's do that together. I'm going to have to tap into my memory here. What Stacy is asking, and let's go there together, is on the members profile page. And this is our test site. Let's go to our home page. Let's find a member we can view. Okay, just a moment. Let's go to this site instead. This is a better webinar demo test site we have. Okay, so what she's mentioning is on a members page, there is a map that shows on the bottom here, and she would like to show it in the sidebar here. So yes, you can do that. If we go to Toolbox Sidebar Manager, I'm going to have to tap into my memory here. What you want to do is customize the member profile page sidebar. And currently on the member profile page, these are the sidebars that display. Let me think. I think it is this one. Let's put this here. Let's put it at the top here. I think it's post location map. I think this also covers the members map. And now I just need to go to a members profile page that has a location associated with it. So let's do that together. Let's go to search members. I'll give you the name of that widget. Let me just do the test here first, Stacy. Let's go to someone that has location information. Okay. Horrible example on this site. Here we go. So this person has Kobe here. Let's view live profile. Listing is not public. It's past due. Let's go to this person here. There we go. So that is the widget. So this person's address is 123 Main Street, Los Angeles. We can see that here. So instead, you can turn it off here in the overview tab. Let me give you the name of that widget. And what you're going to do is go to your sidebar manager, look for the member profile page sidebar, and let me paste this into the comments. Just search for this one and move it into the sidebar and whichever location you want. Perfect. All right, that should be coming through in the chats. Yeah. And then if you want to turn it off in the overview tab, you're going to have to go to each membership plan, but it should be quick. What you want to do, and that guy was membership plan 2, I think, is edit the membership plan, go to the profile page tab, and on the overview tab sections, that's kind of what streams in the overview tab, just hide the location map, and it'll hide the map. You just got to do that per membership plan, but it should be a one-time thing. So if we come back to this person, if this guy was membership plan 2, and refresh this, and if we scroll down, okay, he wasn't membership plan 2, but it will remove the map here, and that way you don't have 2 maps on the page. And what's really nice about this is when it's in the sidebar, I do like it too. It's like a real estate site. You're looking at the agent or wherever some of the professionals located. It's right there. When you click on view larger map, you do see the larger map. And there is also get directions. So Roy, to your point, all the maps on the sites also have get directions. So Maybe you don't need a pickup spot. They just put the address and utilizes the built-in get directions that the BDE thing supports. Someone would just put their starting address and then it would go from there. So that's all built in, the get directions, the map, all for posts and members, all built into one. So hopefully that helps you out there. Good question there, Stacy. Thank you. All right. And Isaac's asking, is there a way to import members from one BD site to another? Quickest, easiest way to do that would be just a simple two-step process. Go to your search members page. And the way we've done this is you can do an export right here, export list of current members, and you get a CSV file. And that file is meant to be immediately, you can import it right back to your site, and it will basically add the members information right back from that you've just exported. So you can export it from one site, then go to another site and do import member via CSV and use that file to import those members via the CSV file. So export and then import on the site that you want to go to, Isaac. That would be the quickest way to achieve that. All right, good stuff there, guys. We covered a lot. Let us know in the comments if you guys like this type of format that we're doing, if you guys want to see things in future webinars. I think we're right on the button here with regard to time, so we'll stop it there. Definitely had a great time this webinar. You guys had lots of great questions and good updates to share. Well, we are in August. Next month is September. Next webinar will be just right at the mid-September timeframe. More updates are coming underway. If you're not part of the Facebook group, join us there because we do post the updates that are coming soon or newly released right away in the Facebook group. And then also join the Facebook group because next month we're doing the iPad giveaway. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, Facebook, YouTube, brilliantdirectories.com/YouTube. Subscribe to us there. We definitely appreciate you guys doing that. The next webinar will be in 2 weeks. What a fun time this was. On behalf of myself, David, and the entire Brilliant Directories family, we can't tell you guys how much we appreciate you, how much fun this is. We look forward to seeing you in the next webinar. Have a great day and a brilliant week.